Welcome back to Future Bike Zone, your trusted source for all things two wheels, past, present, and most importantly, the future. Today, we're diving into the timeless classic reborn, the 2025 Kawasaki W800. A bike that doesn't scream for attention but commands it with heritage, character, and old-school charm in an age of high-tech machines. If you've ever dreamed of owning a vintage British twin, but want modern reliability under the tank, stick around. This one's for you. Now, let's get something straight. The Kawasaki W800 is not your typical 2025 motorcycle. It doesn't boast 200 horsepower, cornering ABS, launch control, or TFT displays that look like iPads. No. The W800 is about craftsmanship. It's about feeling the thump of a true parallel twin and enjoying the simple pleasure of riding. It's retro in the most honest way possible, not designed in a boardroom to look vintage, but built with a history that stretches all the way back to the Kawasaki W1 of the 1960s. So, what's new in 2025? Well, Kawasaki has kept the heart and soul intact, but made subtle refinements to ensure it still fits today's riding standards. The engine is still the signature air-cooled, 773 cubic centimeters vertical twin, that's right, not slanted, not liquid-cooled, not downsized. It's got a 360-degree crankshaft layout, which gives it that distinctive British twin vibe and a very balanced, mechanical rhythm. This isn't a bike you rev to redline, it's one you ride smooth and steady, feeling every note of the engine's heartbeat. The 2025 model puts out around 51 horsepower at 6,500 RPM and 62.9 Newton-meters of torque at 4,800 RPM. On paper, that might not sound like much compared to today's mid-sized sport bikes, but trust me, in the real world, especially for urban cruising and weekend backroads, it's the perfect balance. The throttle response is linear, torque is available low down, and it never feels stressed. Kawasaki has done a beautiful job of tuning it for feel rather than figures. It's a bike that encourages you to take the long way home. Moving on to the transmission, it's a 5-speed gearbox that's smooth and clicky, paired with an assist and slipper clutch. The clutch action is light, making city rides far less tiring. The ratios are well spaced, especially for highway cruising, and the engine doesn't feel buzzy even when you're doing 100 km per hour for extended periods. The absence of a sixth gear might bother some, but honestly, it's geared tall enough that you won't miss it. Let's talk design, because this is where the W800 truly shines. It's absolutely dripping in retro glory. From the pea-shooter exhausts to the round headlamp with chrome bezels, the wire spoke wheels, the tank with its traditional badging and pinstriping, every inch screams 1960s British style. But here's the thing, it's not fake vintage. These elements are functional, solid, and well-built. The tank, for example, is made of steel. No plastic fakery here. Chrome is real. Paint is deep. It feels premium. The 2025 update includes a new paint scheme. A deep candy emerald green with gold accents, paying tribute to the original W series of the 60s. The blacked-out engine, polished fins, and brushed alloy touches make it a real head-turner without being flashy. You also get a choice of classic colors like metallic Diablo Black and Pearl Storm Gray, depending on the market. Instrumentation is also deliberately analog. Twin dials show your speed and revs, with a small digital inset for the odo, trip meter, and fuel gauge. No TFT, no smartphone integration, no distractions. Just you, the machine, and the road. This isn't a bike for tech junkies, it's for purists. As for the chassis, the W800 uses a classic double cradle steel frame with a very neutral geometry. It's got a relaxed rake and a longish wheelbase, making it super stable at speed and forgiving for new or returning riders. The suspension setup is traditional 241mm front forks with gaiters and dual rear shocks. It's tuned for comfort, not aggression. Potholes and speed bumps? Handled gracefully. Tight corners? Predictable, though not razor sharp, again, by design. Braking has been updated slightly for 2025, with a 320mm front disc and a 270mm rear disc, both with standard dual-channel ABS. It's more than enough to bring the 221-kilogram machine to a halt confidently. The bite is progressive, and the feel at the lever is excellent. The tires are classic in size 100/90-18 at the front and 130/80-18 at the rear, wrapped in period-correct tread but with modern compound grip. The seating position deserves special mention. It's upright, neutral, and supremely comfortable. The wide handlebar, mid-set pegs, and plush seat mean you can ride this thing for hours without fatigue. The seat height is a manageable 790 mm, making it accessible for most riders. And there's a pillion seat too, though it's more suited for short rides than full-day touring. Add a rear rack, and you've got a wonderful light-duty tourer. Fuel capacity is 15 liters, and thanks to the relaxed engine tune, you can expect around 25 to 28 km/L, depending on how you ride. That gives you a real-world range of about 350 to 400 kilometers, which is excellent for weekend getaways or even daily commuting. Let's talk about pricing. The 2025 Kawasaki W800 is expected to retail around 8.5 Indian rupees lakh ex-showroom in India, or approximately $9,500 in international markets. For some, that might seem high for a retro bike with a basic spec sheet. But what you're really paying for here is authenticity, craftsmanship, and timeless appeal. It's not trying to be a wannabe cafe racer or a plastic-wrapped imitation. It is the real deal. And that makes it special. Now, who is this bike for? Well, it's not for adrenaline junkies. It's not for track day warriors. And it's definitely not for someone who just wants the flashiest toy on the block. The W800 is for riders who appreciate a smooth ride, classic design, and the connection between man and machine. It's for those who ride not just for speed, but for the journey. Whether you're a seasoned rider looking for a second bike to cruise on weekends, or someone stepping into the retro world for the first time, the W800 makes a compelling case. Unique selling points? Absolutely. First, that air-cooled 360-degree twin, one of the last of its kind. Then, the authentic retro styling with real metal and chrome. Add to that modern reliability, low-maintenance engineering, and Kawasaki's legendary build quality, and you've got a bike that blends yesterday's soul with today's sensibility. In a market full of bikes trying too hard to look old, the W800 simply is old school and proud of it. Sure, it doesn't have rider modes, Bluetooth, or cornering ABS. But guess what? That's the whole point. It's a bike that puts you back in touch with the essence of motorcycling. Wind in your face, twin cylinders humming beneath you, and a road ahead that's yours to explore with no distractions. If you're the kind of rider who gets excited by polished engine fins, mechanical feel, and that unique rumble only an air-cooled vertical twin can offer, then the 2025 Kawasaki W800 might just be your soulmate on two wheels. So, what do you think? Is the W800 your kind of ride, or are you chasing something more modern and tech-loaded? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, we love hearing from you. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into the retro world, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to Future Bike Zone, and hit that bell icon so you never miss a ride through the future, and sometimes, the past. Until next time, ride safe, stay classic, and remember, some legends never go out of style.